Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aflah Chandra Cornelia. My present number is 1 and I'm from 9A. Today I'm going to tell narrative text entitled is Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. Once upon a child was born of a very wise queen. The child was named Snow White. The queen died after giving birth to her daughter. 1 year after her birth, the king married again with a beautiful woman, but her heart wasn't as pretty as her face. The queen had a magic mirror that can talk. The queen asked the magic mirror, "Oh, mirror, who is most beautiful among all women?" Mirror replied, "You are the most beautiful of all of queen." The queen was proud of her beauty, as a magic mirror never lied. Snow White was growing up and her beauty beyond queen's beauty. The queen was very jealous of her beauty. These days of the queen made her want to get rid of the Snow White. She told one of his men, "Bring Snow White into the forest to kill her and took her heart." But when he attempted to kill Snow White, she cried and asked the man to let her live and promised never return to the palace again. Queen's man fulfilled the request because he didn't have the heart to kill her. Then he searched for a wild hog to thicken his heart instead of Snow White's heart. Snow White then went into the forest. In the forest, Snow White felt scared. She ran until her feet hurt. Then she found a small house and went into it. She was arrested while looking at the house. There were 7 pieces of bed and a kitchen in it. All looked smaller than normal size, starting from beds, tables, cups, and others. The princess fell asleep from her tired. The householder came home. They are 7 dwarfs. They were surprised to see a young woman asleep in the house. They woke her and asked who she was. The princess was telling his story to the dwarfs. Queen really happy to see evidence of the death of the Snow White. She asked the mirror, "Oh, magic mirror, who is now the most beautiful of all?" Magic mirror replies, "You are the prettiest of all, O queen, but the Snow White, who lives with 7 dwarfs in the forest, is the most beautiful woman of all." The queen was very angry. She returned, planning to kill the Snow White. One day, she disguised as an old lady and carried a basket containing poisoned apples. She went to the home of the dwarfs while they worked. She knocked on the door while offering an apple to Snow White. Snow White refused because she did not recognize the old lady. The old lady continued to force the Snow White to open the door and retrieve a gift apple. Snow White finally opened the door and retrieved the apple. The queen went back happily to the castle. Snow White ate the poisoned apple and then he fell down on the floor. When the 7 dwarfs came home, they were surprised to find Snow White was lying on the floor with an apple next to her. They were very sad to see the Snow Princess asleep. After that, the 7 dwarfs made a wonderful bed for Snow White. One day, a princess toured the forest, then led him to the dwarf house. He saw Snow Princess sleeping in bed beautiful. The prince asked the dwarfs about what happened to her. The dwarf was telling him all about the Snow White. The prince asked permission to the dwarf to bring Snow White to the palace so she can be treated by the royal physician. But no one can wake her up. The prince finally gave up and kissed the Snow White because she loved her so much. Suddenly, the Snow White awoken. Actually, the cure of the poison that was given by the evil queen is the kiss of a man who loved her with all his heart. The prince would then propose for the Snow White to become her queen, and Snow White accepted happily. They live happily with 7 dwarfs in the palace ever and after. So much for me, and thank you.